You didn't hear it.
I heard. Wait,
I don't know what he said, but I love it. I don't know if it. Steve Balon. I don't know if he was getting some street slang in there.
Did he say it was weathery today?
No, he said tomorrow 7-9. So I don't know if he means it's going to be 79 or that's the date. I don't think it's the date.
No, it's not the date.
Can we re-listen?
Yeah, maybe it's going to be 7-9.
Which, by the way, what song did we play yesterday?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's your pick today.
What profile are we on? It sounds like hell.
Oh, no, Joe didn't like the yesterday's. He's like, oh, my God, it sounded god-awful. And I go, yeah, so I'm on. I like this one because it gives me a little bass in my voice.
But I don't like this one because if we don't talk while Sydney's mic is on.
Here.
No, never mind. It still has that stupid buzz.
Oh, it does? Yeah. See, I think the buzz is bothering you a little bit. I don't think people hear the buzz.
I don't know if they hear the buzz or not.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Do you hear the buzz? See, I mean, my ear's low. I got older ears. I can't pick up these buzzes.
I can hear like a little buzz.
You got young ears, low. You can hear it all. You're like a dog.
I can hear nothing.
You're like an animal.
It's almost hear everything. Like just a fan.
I feel like my voice is so crisp.
Crisp. Oh, I don't like that word. That's that word that it's an old meme from way back when you say it. It comes from the back of your throat all the way to the front of your lips. Say it.
I don't want to.
No, do it.
Because you're going to look at my mouth.
No. But it just goes from the back all the way to the front if you say it slow. Oh, I mean, just say it, but say it slow. Crisp. Say it.
Crisp.
You said it too fast. You made that. Now the word doesn't even make sense.
I felt it come all the way through my throat and to the tips of my lips.
Let me play the Steve Balon because I really want to hear what he said here. Hold on. How do I do this? How do I play? Here we go. Oh, he said 7-9. Somebody said. We'll figure this out.
$7-9.
What does that mean?
I think he means 79, but that's not how numbers work.
I love it. I
oh
wanted
my
to
God,
start doing
he's
these
a
things.
robot.
He is, probably.
No, he's a robot, and somebody accidentally put a space in 79.
Somebody
so
said
he just said tomorrow 7-9 instead of 79 because the numbers were 7 and 9, not 79.
Do you know he comes in here live? And I think he goes on to BJ and the Bears show or something.
No way.
Yes.
We would see him.
No, I think.
Where's his flower
girl?
What
does Steve Balon look like?
I have at no point have ever seen his flower girl.
I'm just saying. I think
or any of the roses that he forces to be on the ground when when he walks.
I want a flower girl. How do I get it? When is that? When is that? When do I get in my career long enough where I get a flower girl?
He's been in the market for a long time.
Ah! Look how beautiful he is.
Look at that.
God, look at his smile.
I've never seen him in here.
No, I think he's in here because they goof around. They have a lot of weather fun when they're talking.
The hell is weather fun?
Weather fun. Where they goof around with weather. You know what I mean? You remember Goddard back at old KTI? He'd be, if there any kind of, he had all the Weatherman jokes.
My God. Yeah, but Goddard was also the coolest man on the planet. He
I
also
wanted him
owned stock in a bar in Grafton.
I wanted him to replace me for you because he was just... just way better. Remember?
Was delightful.
Okay, so Sydney, you don't know this, but a long time ago when we were just a little morning show host, there was a point where I blamed Goddard for something that happened in the fridge because I thought it was him. Tanner and I got chocolate-covered strawberries.
Yeah.
And somebody came into our...
It sucked all the chocolate off
Jake's left the strawberries out of our juice. And we blamed Goddard. And Goddard came in, and he had a great excuse that he was doing weather.
Yeah, he's like, I can't suck chocolate, not ever since Korea.
Somebody said he totally just read the prompt, and it said 7-9 instead of 79.
I like the idea that he's an android.
But I'll tell you, if there is a teleprompter, I will read it verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's all I do.
Do you want to see if my computer works? Because I doubt it.
Oh, yeah, let's see this. Which, by the way, there's usually only one channel that works. And we've been begging to get it fixed. Let's see if 2.
Nope.
Come on! Did you write an email?
Yeah.
You're going to have to start sleeping with people around here to get things done, Sydney. I don't want it to happen.
I can send a Facebook message.
I love this song so much.
I like this. This even sounds better if it's in one channel. I've never heard this song in my life.
Yes, you have.
No, I never have.
I kind of like that it's only coming out from one channel.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it? It puts a happy smile, a little
me feel
happy
like
smile on my heart. On me, take on me.
Take me.
You know what? Screw it. If they don't fix this, they're doing one channel.
Yup.
That's it. That's how this works.
I kind of like it.
There's somebody with a busted up Ford Escort right now that is confused because
Yeah.
only the left side of their car.
I thought this was the only thing that worked.
Yeah.
This car.
The left channel is broken.
Hey, you laugh, but there was a lot. That's nostalgic for me. My dad did a lot of drinking and driving in a Ford Escort going from, because back in the day, probably still frowned upon it, not as much as they do now, but he drank from the time he got out of work. He bought a 6-pack and he would
Yeah.
drink it on the way home.
Oh yeah.
Did your old man do that?
No, but I know people who do that now.
No, my dad's better.
I'm 90% sure one of my mom's old boyfriends used to, when he got done with work, go buy a 4-pack of Silos.
Yeah.
And then just have 2 by the time you get home. If you're off that day, you're drunk by 9.
Yeah, really? He said he would work those overnight shifts too. And I think if that's what you were just saying or not, but he would work overnight shifts and go to the bar really early. Man, I'll
yeah,
tell you,
that'll
the
happen.
bar on Lime Kiln, I think it was. No, where I used to live over in Howard. Is that Lime Kiln Road or whatever?
Yeah, around there.
I went in there to take...
Lineville.
That's what it is. I took Piper for breakfast there, and my mind was blown because people were doing shots at the bar, and it was 7 in the morning, and I'm like...
That's no longer there.
Oh, it's not?
No, we don't have that bar anymore. The bar?
Yeah, why don't you guys have it? Why is it your bar all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's just not there anymore.
Where is it?
Gone. It's
But
only
what
the bowling
happened
alley.
to it? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's only-
wrong place. Keep going. What's right past it, right across from Anduzzi's?
Oh,
Town Line?
yeah.
That's where I went.
love
Town Line. I think that's
Yeah.
where I went.
Yeah, when I used to work at the gas station bar, restaurant, gun shop, apartment building, 6
Massage
o'clock in-
parlor.
That was different.
Toyota dealer.
Yep, it was a Toyota. We don't sell no ethnic cars. No, they 9 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. You'd have all the third shifters stop in and just start getting drunk.
Yeah. It's weird, but it's
Yeah.
their life. That is
It's-
actually a lifestyle that they're living.
That's-
I'm not saying it's a bad lifestyle. It's just crazy.
It's their night. This is our happy hour. That's what they would always say. This is our happy hour. So I would run happy hour breakfast specials.
I went to
Buy 2
I did
beers, get
overnight one time, or not one time, just a couple times actually. I went to the casino and worked in Mount Pleasant, Michigan as a bartender. Do you know what? I started at 7. Do you know what happens after 2? You just give people water if they ask,
Yep.
and clean bottles. It was the worst. Yeah, I didn't like that. You feel like you don't belong in the world. You really don't. You feel like you're a zombie. You don't feel like you're part of anything anymore. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I don't know.
It was so much fun.
So do we have a song?
That
We need-
was it!
I thought we played a song.
We
Now
did.
we have to start the intro and start
Fine,
the
I'm
show.
just not ready. Let me see. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Boy, you're right. The buzz goes instantly away when I take the mic down. Yeah, good morning. You're listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Sydney, I want to ask you something just real quick. How's your leg doing?
It really hurts.
So we went kayaking on Saturday. She fell, went down, boom, boom.
I didn't fall. The log collapsed.
She
Okay.
got a humongous gash in her, on her shin, I guess. She said, I probably shouldn't go in the river with this. We're like, that's probably a good idea because it's Milwaukee
It's
River.
not, yeah, but it's not the Fox River.
That's not the Fox, right?
It's also not the Wolf River.
And then we just had too much to drink, and we're like, just jump in the water.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It falls out. You're like, at one point, I think you said, I don't need this leg. Cut it off now. And anyway, then Mama Angie bandaged it all up.
Oh, there were bugs crawling in it.
Oh yeah, at one point she actually had maggots in it.
Oh, you shouldn't have that.
So
That's not a good thing.
well, I started feeling bad because yesterday she comes in and she can't even walk, and I haven't seen you walk now. But is it getting better at all, or do you think you're going to have to cut it off?
Cut it off. For sure.
Is it bad? Does it hurt?
It finally scabbed a little.
Happened at the knee.
I sent you guys kayaks. You guys buy those. I saw that. I saw,
Bye now.
no, yeah, I thought you were buying kayaks. Now we're not kayak friends.
We're kayaking. I ain't buying those. Look at those things.
I don't
They're
know.
not even my color.
I don't know. I don't know how well they are. I don't even know the brand. I don't know. I just know they're-
325. They're Sky brand.
Yeah, but they're two of them
Yeah,
The paddles.
with the paddles.
Yeah, well, for that kind of money, they better paddle me around too.
We're going to be talking about Tanner's Pee here in a little bit later on in the show. Speaking of other wounds, I talked to him yesterday, and I called him, and I said,
Very, very, very invested on the health of my
I
penis.
am, and you wouldn't tell me. You're like, oh, well, I go, is it bad? You're like, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I go, well, is it bad? And you go, I'll just talk to you tomorrow. And I go, well, is it good? And you're like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I didn't like any of this.
Well, none of it.
I'm teasing.
It had zero chance of being good.
Oh, it's not good?
Well, how in the hell could any diagnosis come back and I'd be like, well, that's good.
Well, I thought you were going to say it's not. Well, let's talk about it a little bit.
They just.
I think
I don't-
non-cancer would be good.
I
Yeah.
don't think you know this, Tanner, but your penis is filled with money, and we're going to get that for you. That's a good diagnosis. There's no diagnosis that's
The
good.
end of the rainbow is Tanner's penis.
Yeah, like it's a pot of gold and wiener.
Nobody's ever said that
No.
except me right now.
Yeah, that's never happened.
I had the biggest meltdown yesterday.
You did.
Oh, enough to where I called Joe and I said, am I going to Vermont? And then I called Tanner.
We are not doing Vermont.
And I
There's
called
like 40,000 people.
I called
The whole
Tanner
state.
yesterday. I go, Tanner, listen, man, I'm really worried. I'm not having a great day. I'm really, really worried, okay? And I said, what do we do? What are we doing after this? Where are we going?
Yeah,
Because
you
we
know.
have no plans.
Yeah, or talent.
Yeah, or talent. Let's not forget that. Let's not
So,
forget that.
It's
No, I
much harder for us.
I have a really bad time with ratings week.
Yep.
Friday is ratings. Monday, we really, really know the ratings.
I hate that so much.
And-
I don't know why they did it like that this year.
It just sucks. It sucks so hard because you start questioning everything that you do.
Yep.
You want to, for me anyway, I'm like, yeah, we got to go back to our old ways because that stuff was working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because nothing happened and yet we were ready to completely change the show.
You know, and I think about that. You're right, exactly. But I don't mind. Some of the things that we were saying, I really actually don't mind. It's funny because DJs, if you will, people that
Disc jockeys.
which is, again, please don't ever think if you're a DJ and you're like, oh man, all those guys do is bash. That's not true. It's just you're in a different. It's a different animal.
skill.
You have music that will save you
Yeah.
a little bit. Does that make sense? And I don't mean that in a really harsh way if Drake's listening or something like that, but you do. You have a little bit of that. Like when we were at the country station, even when we were a morning show at the country station, we played a lot of music. So that's great because then you can't just blame it on you.
Yeah, you can still kind of say like, well, our music selection is terrible. And then they come back and say it's the same thing as the other one, and they're beating you. And no, You didn't
It's
have to say
we
it.
can't really tell you how anything to deal with ratings and how it works, but it is such a really weird system.
It's not a great system.
No.
It could be rehauled, but I don't know how to rehaul it because the way that they rehauled it was PPM, and that's worse.
Well, that's scarier. Yeah, that's scarier that you get those ratings back pretty quick.
Well, it's worse for shows like ours because 9 out of 10 PPM meters don't register talking as anything. So
By the way, really,
it looks
just
like everybody tunes out.
We don't want to really get behind the scenes too much, but PPM, it's something that it's like a key fob.
Yeah.
And it picks up what you're listening to instantly. But
Yep.
a lot of what Tanner was saying, sometimes it doesn't pick up your voice if you don't play. It picks up music, but it won't pick up voice.
Yeah. So
That's no good for us.
So like stuff like this, it would look like on the meter that they tuned off, regardless if they were listening or not.
Or you got to just, like Sydney, you would have to just sing in the background while
Yeah.
we're talking,
Well,
just to pick
Pick
it
a
up.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to play like
Gold Digger.
a song or something because he couldn't. And then they found out, well, YouTube doesn't work either. So then we were trying to play songs off YouTube, and that wasn't working.
It's weird. Even Howard Stern. I've said this before, but you try to work in quarter hours every 15 minutes. You want to keep them past a 15-minute mark. The listeners, that's a thing that you want to do.
Yep.
And he would just say the most outlandish crap, even if it wasn't true and he wasn't ever going to get to it. That's how he did it. There's all these weird ways you can try cheating the system.
Yeah. Well, he would just say, like, outrageously, like, either racist or
Yeah,
he
right.
would say, like, we're going to have this happen next. Just come through the next commercials. But if it's like, oh, it's 7:14. Polish people are all stupid, and let me tell you why.
Yeah.
And then he just would go away, and it's like, okay, I guess I have to hear why.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was having that type of day yesterday with ratings, thinking about that. And then I was thinking, man, summer's so rough for my life right now, just because my kids are young and we have a babysitter that only can babysit so often. It's really difficult. I'm going to say it again. Without family, it's pretty difficult.
Yes.
So like my wife, so I feel like I'm leaving earlier than normal through the summers here, and it makes me feel awful, and it makes me feel useless. Even though I'm working at home, it just still feels like, I don't know. I mean, I'm that era, my generation, where you have to be in the building. People have to see you here.
If people
or
don't
you're not
see you
doing
working,
anything.
are you working?
Right.
The whole, like, tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, did it make a sound? Well, if you're working but nobody's around to see it, are you actually working?
Even though you can do literally all of this at home.
And it's easier because we don't have to go into a stuffy closet to do it.
Right.
Or go sit in a
Well,
cubicle.
actually, it's not. I would love to do it. My kids bother me so much right now in the summer. When they get back into school, it's a lot easier. But, yeah, I think, Sydney, I think your age, maybe you're a little different because you're like an 80-year-old woman. But I think your age group don't do that. I think you, I mean,
the
9 to 5 thing is going out the door, isn't it?
Unless you work at like a factory or something where you're working tens, but if you do like any kind of office job, they kind of let you. As
Do you
long as
agree
you
with
get
that?
your work done.
Do you think that's Sydney or no? Or are we just full of ass?
I don't know. I do have some friends who work like 9 to 5.
Yeah, like I think that's Tanner saying you kind of those jobs probably have to do it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of millennials or younger people are just kind of working out. They're definitely taking the meetings. Those things are going out the door.
Well, I know that Acuity in Sheboygan, they're pretty much, get your work done. Take as many days off as you need to.
Google's like that too,
Yeah.
where it's like, I don't know, if you didn't want to come in today and you got your stuff done. To be honest,
Or if you don't wanna come in
Kelly
at
does
9.
this. Kelly's really good with this.
Yeah.
She's very good. She lets her people. To be honest, I think some of the salespeople do that. As long as they're selling and they got their work done, go on, get.
Yeah. I mean, if you got family stuff going on, that's what's kind of nice. Where it's like we can't with us because we got the time slot and everything. But like at a lot of places where it'll be like, yeah, if you can't come in till 10 that day, I guess you just work a little later instead of 8. Instead of 8 to 4, you work 10 to 6 if you want to. Making your own hours is awesome.
It really is.
That's why drug dealers are so happy.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that yesterday because I don't know what else to do. I mean, when not when, but when we get fired.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know, probably drugs.
That's what I'm saying. Are we just going to do? I was talking about selling them. You just want to do them? All right. I guess we
both,
could
man.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
well, it's not.
How do you know what you're gonna? Steve Jobs had an iPhone.
What are you going to do, Sydney, when we're all done here?
Harold Ford drove a car.
You own Culver's.
We'll do heroin.
All right.
Why not?
Got
What's
to
wrong
afford
with
it. Actually, that's right. You're going to hire us. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be co-GMs together. We'll share an office, a chair.
Yeah. We get to fire people.
Yes.
We get to hire people. That's all we want to do. Actually, we're going to go around to the Culvers and tell
Start
them what they're
practice
doing
firing.
wrong. Yeah. We're going to be we'll be the talent coaches. We're going to be the talent coaches
We
for
should be
Culvers.
we should be talent coaches.
Is that parasite going to your brain?
What parasite?
That parasite that just entered her leg.
Oh, some of the.
I feel like you're not allowed to talk about Culvers all of a sudden.
Did you get yelled at for it? Because you used to talk about Culver's constantly. Like, if you were not talking about your butt, you were talking about Culver's, and now it's only your butt. So what happened?
No, nothing really.
Now then,
See?
No.
It seems like a classic cover-up.
yeah, it really does.
Do you want me to talk about covers?
No.
Not
Well,
really.
the talent coach job that you were talking about is called an FBC.
Oh, it is actually a thing?
That was her dream job, remember?
They go around to every Culver's and judge you.
Yeah.
And tell you what you're doing wrong?
Franchise.
How much do you make?
Business
What's
consultant.
yearly on that?
Don't know.
Well, take a stab.
Don't know.
Does it matter when
50?
you're doing what you love?
A little. Does it matter when we're fired and we have to do this?
When you tell 16-year-olds that maybe you should wash your hands after you pee, maybe it's not your dream job?
So, how easy is it to get that gig?
I think it's actually pretty hard.
Why?
I don't know.
You got to take a test? I feel like I could do it right now,
Is there
just like
college involved?
Tanner just did it right
Yeah.
there. Hey, wash your hands.
And wash your hands quick. And not a lot of people are in here because the dining room's dirty. You should clean the dining room more often.
By the way, dealers that use their own product always get caught, idiot. That's what somebody just said.
Hey,
So that's not
listen.
going to work.
Only if they become an addict.
Hey, really quick, what do you do for a living? And do you got a job opening? We may need it.
Yeah.
Just text it to us, 71090.
What do you do? How much do you make? And
We're
can
not-
we make twice that?
Yeah, we're not starting at the bottom. I'll tell you that. We want an office, too.
Yep.
Hey, Tanner, you want to talk about your peen next? Just to what's the medical stuff, or do you want to wait
we
for a little
can.
bit?
We
It doesn't
can
matter.
wait.
We can
We
do it
can
for a
wait.
little. It's
Let's
just your
go
story.
6:30.
Okay.
Tease it a little
All
bit.
right, we'll do 6:30. Let you know what's going on with Tanner's PP. It is the Jake and Tanner Show. Do I have anything to say here? No. All right, it's the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning.